these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib, ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I'm tired of complaining, I gotta bitch change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Indianapolis Colts.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Set. Can Lobo. Tackles. Ready. Go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
52 is Mike.
Here's 2nd and 8. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
3 down. Delta.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, come on, Check 22, jet bomber, 22, jet bomber. Smoke.
2nd and 10. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll drop to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Down, 30 base. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Pick it up, guys. Big grip. Big grip.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Well, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Higgins, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be first down, Rams.
We go. 10-2 stop. Hey, tight. Say. Go. Nickel. Check 31. Go out. Ready.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
90 Wolf. Get him.
To throw on second down. Herbert. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Protein spill. Let's get it.
On third down, Dobbins. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Wide, get wide. 6-6, pull it high. Mike 54. Watch the pass. Hit it.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, Charlie. Back two, Mike back two. Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Leo. Crunch. Check. Look at me. Door. Snap.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert, open man is Higgins. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Reeves-Maybin came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check it out, Reed. What? Squeeze. Undercut. Watch it. Sneak grip.
Back to throw. Herbert.
Watch out.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Watch the screen.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Slot, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
53's the mic. 53's the mic. He don't know no better. Bravo! 53, Mike.
He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Colts send out their punter. Deep for the Rams, Tavon Austin. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Austin. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be, and what do we need to get?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey.
From the gun, Herbert is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go. 6 orange. Defense wins championships, baby.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one hauled in by Sample. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready, Alpha. Check, walk 54, walk 54. Pick it up. Mike, let her.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Exit. H3, 218. Chopper. You got 3. 3 down. 5-2 is the Mike. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A screen to Bell. Bell a 1st down and then some. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Le'Veon Bell. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Second and 3. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Herbert. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 34-yard line.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. On first down, Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Come on.
Operating from the gun. Herbert, and that's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner didn't get fooled by anything in front of him. Kept his coverage all the way down the sideline in the deep 3rd position and makes the interception.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. 31 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Intended for DJ Moore. It's now 3rd down and 1.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Switch. Back. Shoot.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's LaMarcus Joyner, the former Ram, with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go.
17-yard line.
Back to the mic. Ready, go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Jones has it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of a group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
218, chopper.
To throw on second down. Herbert, rush coming, and he's taken down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Box 38, box 61, matchbox lights. Defense, let's go. Rock it. Kill. Yes.
Throwing on third and long. Herbert. Try to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a first down carry by Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Red, 70 and 52 to mine. Come on, D. Set, go.
Now back to throw. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
set. 18 Gator. 54, watch 54. You ain't doing nothing.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I got it. Hey, watch that. Go.
Throwing again. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Single slot. Go. 38, Mike, 38. Hey, that can reach trash. Let's go. Mike, 38. Go. Mike, 38.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And they'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. What we got, what we got, what we got? Mike, 50.
Get it.
On 4th down, Herbert. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Herbert. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Hey, pick your game up. Tight end right.
Look at me. Zipper. Ready, ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Yep. Hey, orbit.
Watch the shit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
I got
you pop. Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this year.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DJ Reader. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Second down and inches. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 23. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Zach Cunningham has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team. Totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So on 4th down, they're going to go again. Keep in mind, they're 3 of 4 so far in these situations.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 4th down, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Let's go now.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.